So let's imagine for a second that you just spent a lot of money on a brand new and super fast Intel 12900K CPU. And now, of course, you need a equally overkill motherboard to fit your overkill CPU. So what on earth should you go for? There's so many Z690 options out there, and probably one of the more overkill ones you could go for is the Z690 Aorus Xtreme from, well, Aorus. Even just looking at the thing, it looks more like an AGDT motherboard, but for its pretty eye-watering price tag, this motherboard can be your motherboard. As you can expect from a motherboard that costs this much, it has pretty much everything you could need. Power-wise, it has 20 phases for that overclocking, plus much needed stability with the power-hungry 12900K. It has two 8-pin power connectors for your CPU, which again, for the 12900K is going to be very necessary. But where this motherboard shines most is probably when it comes to connectivity, because just look at it. Look at it. There's more USB 3 or higher ports than you can count. There's USB-C, Thunderbolt 4, even a 10 gigabit RJ45 port. That's right, 10 gigabit at your disposal with no need for any additional PCIe cards. And the second port is 2.5 gigs as well, which is more than enough for most people. Oh, and it also comes bundled with this USB DAC that you can plug into the back of your motherboard for apparently even cleaner and crisper sound. Because why not when you're spending this much money on a motherboard? And PCIe Express wise, it's pretty much everything you could ask for, with 3 PCIe 16X slots and 4 M.2 ones. Though keep in mind that they are PCIe Gen 4, so if you're hoping to get your hands on a PCIe Gen 5 drive for this motherboard in the future, well, that's not happening. But that's more of a Z690 issue in general, and not this board in particular. And if you want to know more about why that is, then definitely subscribe to the channel, because I'm going to have another video about that coming very, very soon. Add to that 4 SATA ports, an internal USB-C header, and all the RGB you could ever ask for, and you have a really amazing motherboard on your hands. And if you need any more proof that this thing is absolute overkill, it even comes in with built-in memory thermal solution. That's right, there is a heatsink that you mount on top of your RAM. Though there are a few things you should be wary of, apart from just, you know, the absurd price. Firstly, you may notice in this screenshot something looks a bit weird, and that looks more square rather than rectangular. In that case, congratulations, the school system hasn't failed you and you can still recognize basic shapes. But yes, your eyes don't deceive you, this motherboard is actually more square, because it is made for the E-ATX format rather than ATX. So you better hope you have a case that can be able to manage such a big motherboard. They had to do something to be able to squeeze all those features in, so making the motherboard literally wider is probably one of the best solutions they could go for, even though it does mean that a lot of people may not be able to fit it in the current cases. And if you're hoping to have such an overkill PC but in a smaller form factor, well then sadly that's out the window. But if you want to buy this or other Z690 boards, then our Amazon associated links are going to be down in the video description below, and let me know what other motherboards you want me to look into on this channel in the future. But if you find this video enjoyable, helpful, or at least hopefully not boring, then maybe consider subscribing, because according to YouTube, only around 3% of people actually subscribed, or alternatively, maybe support my channel on Patreon, because just $1 a month goes a long way in helping my channel, and allows us to make way better videos, along with videos on way more interesting topics. I'd also like to thank my existing patrons, Gavin Burns, Ryan, OKB, Meg Sumner, Shane Allcroft, Lance B, and Coming Edge Clothing. Thank you guys so much, support truly goes a long way. Then you're also going to find our Discord server if you want to talk to me or others at this or whatever else really, plus and there's social media links as well. But anyway, that's about it, so I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, then remember to subscribe, like, whatever, and I'll see you all in whatever I make next. Goodbye everyone, goodbye.